It's the Will Show. How's everything you want to know? Keep up everything about sports so you gon' catch his flow. Never be low. Check it every day, cause he gonna upload. You gonna be happy, cause you call his flow. Talking, he gonna make you even wanna talk. Might even get expired, take it for a walk. Listen to his voice, yeah, you have a choice. But if you don't listen, you gonna be lost. Catch your attention like Randy Moss. Share it like you really just did a toss. Kick your feet up, enjoy the show like you a boss. He's gonna make you happy so you don't worry. Like and subscribe and join the ride. Not from Alabama, but we stay roll tide. Shows every night, so you better slide. Hit the nutty zone to be on our side. It's the Will Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Will Show. And hold on, I always got to do this. The Will Show featuring Will I Am and the Don. What's going on, Don? How you doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. It's a draining day, it feels like.
I can tell, man. That energy's worse than yesterday. I mean, I'm gonna have to get you guys some Gatorade or electric lights or something, man. I mean,
Hey,
come on.
I got the zero by my hand. So
You got the
yeah.
zero, but we're gonna have to really drink some stuff with that one though. But guys, we got a good one for you today. We cannot wait. Um, pretty soon I have a new legacy song coming out. You know what I'm saying? My nephew's gonna go ahead and bless me with that. So I am crossing my fingers and hopefully get that real soon. But we got a special guest that's gonna join us today, and cannot wait to get into that. Real quick, I want to let everybody know where to find us at pretty much everywhere. 54 Sports Network. We're talking about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, and it's so funny still saying X, but still have to do that. And TikTok, you don't stop. Please, please, please go ahead and subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. Also, Players Club, the group, 54 about 54 Sports, us. The great thing is, don't forget, we have baseball and softball polls. So go ahead and vote. The voting ends tomorrow around 4, so make sure you go ahead and support these student athletes. They deserve it. They done put up some good numbers. I'm so sorry if your son or your daughter, your niece, nephew, great niece, and great nephew did not make it. That's okay. You can nominate. Nominate. Just make sure that their team's got at least a 500 record for that week, and they got to be putting up some stats. You just not gonna put anybody on there. So make sure you do that. And what else can they do? The Don, what else can they do?
I mean, they know they can go and subscribe.
Okay.
They need to subscribe to the 54 Sports Network. I mean, it's just 99 cents a month, $12 a year. I mean, it ain't really that much. You find that in your couch cushion, on the floor, by the dresser, or in the car when you're going, you need to drive through, when they throw you that change you got when you paying with cash. Just throw it down there. So go
Right.
ahead, subscribe. Why not?
Subscribe.
You watch us every week anyway.
Right. And he's talking about basically for Facebook, guys. So Facebook is to subscribe on there so you can
True
go
that.
ahead and get behind the scenes, all that kind of things like that. So go ahead and do that. Please, we have different things on our group and that we don't do for the regular shows. But without further ado, let's get this rocket, man. Let's get this rocket. Hey, man, we got Corey Price, Melhigh alum, UK Sports Network employee that does everything stats. And, we have our own stat guy, but this is the Don. Hey, this is the real stats guy for UK football. Big time. You got to say it right. Big time. What's up, Corey? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Will. Thanks for having me on your show. And Don. Appreciate it.
Hey,
All
no
good.
problem. No problem, man. Like I said, man, you're a great follow. That's how I didn't know you went to mail and things like that, then found out. And I mean, you really, you give BBN something to look forward to daily. And hey, I don't know how that started. We're gonna get into that. Could you please break it down exactly what you do for UK?
So, starting in 2022, the guy who did the stats for the football radio broadcast, he retired. So, Brad Tucker, the producer for the broadcast. He asked me if I would be willing to take that guy's spot, and I said yes. Um, uh, Tom Leach started calling games for UK in 1997 when I was 12 years old. And if you told me at 12 that I would one day work beside Tom Leach, I would have told you you're crazy. So I love it. I just finished my second season. I'm going to start my third season this coming year. It's awesome. It's a dream pretty much. Tom and his partner Jeff, they're awesome to work with. They're so kind, and they're a true pros pro, and it's a lot of fun.
See, Don, he gets to throw out. We call him Mr. Leach on the show. He gets to throw out look who he's working with, man. I mean, goodness
Right.
gracious. I mean, that, if you follow sports, and I'm talking about in the state of Kentucky, you know who Mr. Leach is, and that right there is a heavy hitter. And I love it, man. I love it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you listen to him and things like that, and now you working with him, man. That's some great stuff like that, man. I mean, was you nervous, man, at first, or what?
A little bit. The guy who retired the season, his last season, the season before I started,
Hmm.
he gave me some pointers, and he actually let me do it on my own for like one half of one game that year. So I got my feet wet there. So it wasn't too bad. But I mean even still to this day, I have to pinch myself that I'm sitting next to Tom at times.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff, man. You know what? Let's go ahead and get everybody an opportunity to learn a little bit more about you, and then we'll work our way back up to UK Sports Network.
Right. Found out about his life, who he is. All right, Corey. So, did you play sports? And if you did, how old was you when you started playing sports?
Not competitively for any of my schools. I did play in like a church rec league basketball from like age 7, age 12, nothing major. And I played sports with my friends in the neighborhood. But I told Will, I think today or yesterday, I went out for the freshman football team at Male, and I lasted like 3 weeks. I think it was. I guess I thought I was some type of athlete, and I wasn't. So, but, yeah, I love sports. I still, I play every so often. Nothing too crazy.
Right. So, and yeah, you told me that, but look, 3 weeks. Hey, I know some people didn't make it a
Hey,
week. They didn't make it a day. And I know some of them that used to. I could throw some names out that used to. That's big time stars that
Yeah.
everybody would know, and they had to pack their lunch and all this kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But 3 weeks, hey man, hey, that's a long time. I mean, what? Let me go back on this, Corey. Like, what was the deciding factor when you say, "Hey man, this is it. I'm done with this."
There was like I don't know what the drill was called, but it was some kind of like tackling drill.
Hmm.
And Lamont Samuels, who was in my class, played all 4 years. He hit me pretty good, and I was like, I'm not ready for this stuff. So, yeah,
That's okay. Oh man,
hey,
yeah, hey, that do what you got, whatever you got to do.
I
So
don't blame
you said you played basketball though. You know what I'm saying, church league and stuff. Where did you play at?
Cedar Creek Baptist Church. It's in Fern Creek, right next to Bates.
Okay,
Off,
okay,
it's on Barson Road by the Gene Center.
okay. So what position were you playing, Corey? Man, were you a point guard? Was you a center? Was you a power forward? What was you doing with that ball?
It was so long ago, I honestly don't remember. I mean, I guess a shooting guard, maybe. I mean, it was. I mean, we were like 8 or 9 years old. I don't think we really had positions per se. Just kind of
you. All right.
Right,
ran
right.
and shot. That we didn't put a lot of structure to it, honestly.
I understand that. I understand that.
So, from you playing early, from those times though, from in the league, do you have any fond memories though you can think of? Just like, man, I remember that. That was good. That was some great time.
Yeah, I think every year they had like a free throw shooting contest and like a what they call like a spot shot shooting contest. I think I won one of each of those. I think once. That's probably the highlight of my sports career. Honestly, is that.
Hey,
Hey, I would have bricked them. So hey, I'm glad somebody did it because I sure in the hell wouldn't. So that ain't nothing wrong with that. So let me go to this angle with you. So being that I know you said listening, you know what I'm saying, to Tom and them, I guess at 12 years old. So when did you fall in love with sports or really become involved in sports? Was it 12 or was it before? Because it reminded me of myself as myself growing up. I remember listening to Van Vance and them with radio shows and the games, and of course the generation now don't know anything about that. You know what I'm saying? When you didn't have a choice. The stuff really wasn't on TV, and if it was on TV, it was delayed, and you were supposed to be going to bed because you got to go to school. So when did you fall in love with it or really get involved into that?
Really, as early as I can recall, my dad was a huge UK fan, so I remember I was watching games with him. I mean, my earliest memories that I can go back is probably 5 or 6 years old, and I was watching games with him even back then. So I mean, I've always loved sports. I've always loved UK.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like you said, for a lot of games back then, I didn't really have a choice but to listen because the game was on TV until like 11:30 at night. So that's how I grew to love Tom Leach. Love watching games with my dad, mostly men's basketball and football. But later on in life, I started to love all the other sports UK like softball and
Mm-hmm.
women's basketball and volleyball and all of those other sports.
Right, right.
love sports. Gotta love it. So we see, everyone says you're Mel alum and all. So what middle school got you prepared for Mel? Middle school.
I went to JCTMS.
I knew we'll love that.
The Saturians, baby.
That's right.
Saturians. Yes, yes. So at Warren, well, it was JCTMS when my sixth grade. I think it went to change or seventh grade or whatever. But so even there, you had no, you didn't have no, you didn't think about playing anything there. You was already done, wrapped up.
No, I did try out for the basketball team 6th grade and 8th grade, and I didn't make it. So,
Hey man, like I said,
no.
hey, trying is better than nothing because I know plenty of people talking about I can make the team and don't even try. So, yeah, big time. So no, JCTMS in the building, Saturians. What's going on? What's going on? That's what we do.
Right.
So after JCTMS, what made you decide to go to Mel?
Well, I mean, going to TMS, you have really two options. You can go to Butler or
Mm-hmm.
Mail, and I mean, in my opinion, Mail is a better school than Butler, so it wasn't really that tough a choice for me, honestly.
I mean, he's dropping dimes on him, man. I got some nice little clips. I'm sorry, Butler, but it is what it is. So let me
He
ask
did
you.
say that. How he did say that though.
Yeah,
But,
smooth. It
no
wasn't.
option.
No,
Yeah, just
it
laid
is
out.
what it is. What are you talking about?
Right.
Why you even ask me that question? Like,
That's what it was. He might as
who
well
did
say,
that? Who,
"Why you asking?"
who put that on the stuff? Like, so,
Right.
so we already hit about mail and trying out and things like that. So, as you decided that you're not going to play and things like that, was your mind already going into like what you're going to be doing like in college? Like while you were at Mail, was you thinking, hey, I want to get into the sports world and things like that?
Uh, no, not really. I mean, I've always loved stats. I'm back in like middle school. I would just like looking at box scores and getting like record books to look at and stuff and thumb through. But I mean, as a future per se, I didn't really think it like that. Really,
Mhm.
uh, in high school, I didn't really think that much about my future, which is unfortunate. But I was just enjoying my time at Mail. Hanging out with friends, going to basketball games and football games, and so on and so forth. That's I decided to go to UK. I mean, pretty much because I just like UK, like the sports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, didn't really think too much about what other colleges I could go to. I mean, I kind of thought going to Bellarmine
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit, but it being a private school, it would cost a lot more than UK. So I decided to go to UK.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Mhm, mhm. All right, all right. So, what do you enjoy most about being a sports statistician?
Um, I guess it kind of combines probably the two things I love the most: numbers and sports. I've always loved math. I got my degree in math from UK, and like I said, I've always loved sports. So there's not really much that combines those two more than doing stats. So I've I've always liked looking for patterns and trends,
Mm-hmm.
looking through just box scores in the past to see like the last time something happened or anything like that. That's what I enjoy doing the most.
Right. So Corey, like, how did that? So we got the stats and actually doing, the numbers and loving all that, but like, how did you like get involved into like basically leading up to where you are now? Like, while you was at Kentucky, was you doing communication and things like that, or as far as administration, whatever? Like, what was that process like to lead you up to basically where you are now?
Unfortunately, I didn't do any like internship or anything while I was at UK. I kind of wish I did, but honestly, even back then, I didn't know this stuff even existed. But it kind of started really. I joined Twitter in 2009, and as soon as I joined, I was just posting stats about anything and everything. And then
Wow.
in 2014, after the first football game of the season for UK, Susan Lax, who works in the UK athletics department, she
Mm-hmm.
saw a bunch of my tweets that I tweeted out about the game, and she sent me a DM asking if I would be willing to help them with their post game notes. And
Wow.
yes, of course. So just that first year, 2014, I would send them an email after each game, send them this the stats I could think of. And the following season, 2015, they let me work in the press box up with them. But I was like a volunteer; I wasn't getting paid.
Right.
And the following season, 2016, they started to pay me. Up, and I was like I said, I would be up in the press box helping them with their post game notes. And then the following year, the summer of 2017, Brad Tucker, who I mentioned before,
Mm-hmm.
he came to me with an idea to write an article for the upcoming Kentucky men's basketball yearbook piece on. It was for the 2017-2018 season,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted me to look back on all of the years that UK won a title in a year that ended at 8, so like 58, 78, 98, and 48. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, and starting then, I've written a piece for both the men's basketball and football yearbook since 2017. And then, like I said, in 2022, the guy who did stats for Tom Leach, he decided to retire. So I started doing that in 2022.
That is remarkable. That is remarkable. I mean, just for you to say, hey, I started basically on Twitter and posting things and got, some got the attention of UK. That is remarkable, man. We always say to the kiddos and just people in general, you never know who's watching, you
Right.
know, especially these students, these athletes who put some stuff on that they shouldn't. But that's man, that's a hell of a story though. That you from going this posting things, stats of Kentucky and things like that to getting all the way where you are now, man. Hey, that's for real, man. You hear a lot of different things, but that man, that's successful right there. Big time, man. I mean, because Just hearing you, talk about it, from listening to the games and listening to Tom Leach and just doing things that some people do, but they probably don't stick to it, or maybe did it as well as you, but it got the attention. And look at it now, man. I'm just listening to you, man. That blows me away, man. That's great stuff, big time.
Yeah,
You.
right, no
Thank
doubt. Yeah. So, what are the challenges? The challenges. I feel like I'm making sense. The challenges that you have with doing stats.
you. I guess the promptness, maybe. I guess sometimes Tom might want a number pretty quickly, so I gotta kind of rush to get it. I mean, that's really the only challenge. I mean, I'm pretty fortunate. It's very fun. It's awesome. I get to watch the games for free. I get to sit next to Tom Leach. Um, I wish I could say there might be some challenges to make it sound tough, but
Hmm.
there's really not a lot of challenges to it.
Right,
It's it's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not too.
right.
too
But on that note though, Corey, like so basically you guys in the press box and things like that. So do you guys have a like a spotter or something like that? Like
Mhm.
describe the press box to us, like how that looks, because even though you know what I'm saying, you're probably a wizard with these numbers. f- I know you got to get it out quickly. So describe like what that press box looking and really how quick that you got to get this stuff to Tom or whoever else.
So in our booth, we have like the radio engineer person, and then we have Brad Tucker, who's the producer. He lets Tom know like when to go to a commercial or what live ad to read on air. There's obviously Tom, the play by play. There's Jeff Picoro, he's the color guy. There is a spotter, Zach Hurst. He's usually behind us, telling Tom who made the tackle and whatnot. And then I'm in between Tom and Jeff, and I keep stats during the game. Usually at the end of the first and third quarter, I'll give Tom the team stats. If there's a player it seems like they're doing well, I'll give them their stats throughout the game. Um, he usually wants the stats for the QBs before each drive, starting like the second quarter. Um, that's and then if I find like anything that I deem that's kind of historical or cool, or I'll just write it on a note and I'll pass it to him, and it's his call to say it on the air or not.
Right, right. That's cool. So have you? Let me ask you this: have you ever done a basketball game? Do you ever done stats for basketball?
No, I haven't. I would love to. I think just the layout for basketball games, I don't think they have enough room for Tom and Jack Givens and the radio engineer and the stats guy. I just don't think there's enough room on on the floor.
Hmm. Cool,
Mm.
cool. So who's basically giving them? Is somebody else doing that? Like, are they just looking at from the a computer or something?
I assume Jack and Tom are just looking at a stats monitor.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Hmm. All right. So, Corey, so what is your favorite part of working for Kentucky Sports Network?
Um,
Just working.
I would say everything. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I love UK. I've loved UK ever since I can remember. I love UK football. Uh, I love numbers. Tom Leach is amazing. Jeff is funny. They're all great to work with. Um, it's I don't know. It's hard to put into words. It's I don't know, it's just awesome. It's a dream for me, honestly. Like I said, Tom started when I was 12. I've listened to him for years and years and years, and I'm working with him now. It's awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I mean, it's nothing else you can say about that. I mean,
right.
we this you enlighten us with how it started and things like that. I can imagine it is like when you hear people say, "Hey, this is dream," how you started and with Twitter and all that. Oh man, I can imagine. I know it has to be, man. I mean, that's remarkable. Let me ask you this: what you know it's a lot of kids that grow up listening to, Kentucky, Louisville, things like that, and big fans, kind of like how we do. Not to the extent, because it's made a little easier for them. But what advice would you give them that's trying to get into business, to get into broadcast and doing what you do and doing what you guys do anyway, or even getting the dream to work for UK Athletics? I mean, what kind of advice would you give them?
I mean, certainly, if they are in college or do wish to go to college, I would say have an internship for sure. That's probably the easiest way to get your foot in the door. If you don't intern, just keep going at it. Make yourself known, make yourself visible. Like I did, just I kept posting stuff on Twitter, and people saw it. People thought it was good stuff to look at and read and admire. So I would say intern for sure. And if you can't intern or don't want to intern, I just make yourself known on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or wherever you deem you can make yourself known.
True, true.
I just this came to mind. It's out of nowhere. So Corey, what does a typical day look like for you during the football season?
Um, I typically get to the stadium about an hour and a half to 2 hours before the game. Before the game, I have like a I have like my own stats board that I keep just in case we do have a stats monitor up there, but just in case like the Wi-Fi goes out or something, and I have to keep stats myself. I have like a stats board I keep that I can write on. I usually go through the depth chart to see who I think will play and start, and I'll write their names down so I can keep track of them. Um, I get to eat up in the press box for free. That's nice before the game, and then I'm just kind of waiting for the game to start, and obviously the game, and then usually when the game ends, I go from the booth to the press box, and I help UK with their post game notes. I'm usually there uh, maybe up to an hour, hour and a half after the game. So
Wow,
I'm usually at the stadium for I don't know 5 to 6 hours. I'd say somewhere in there.
wow.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right, all right. So what fun what fun things do you like to do though? For some of your personal time then. What fun things do you like to
I like to attend UK events. Baseball is doing amazing this year. I've been to a few games for them for baseball. They're doing great. I'm actually going this Saturday against Vandy.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good
Like,
game right there.
yep.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess the normal stuff, like going to movies. I like trivia. I like mini golf. Those are probably my top things.
Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna get you out on this one, Corey. You like I said, man, you done some stuff that people can only dream about. But man, it's give thanks to the people who's been in your corner, man, who's been there by your side, man, through thick and thin.
Uh, my parents for sure. My dad actually passed away in 2021, but he was a huge UK fan. Like I said, I would watch games with him throughout my entire childhood. Whenever I would like be mentioned on like KSR or something, he would brag to all his people at work and stuff that I was on the radio and whatnot. So he was always my biggest fan. My mom's always loved what I do, and she supports me no matter what. Lots of friends that care about me a lot, and they're always excited when I get mentioned on the radio or do a podcast or um, yeah. My siblings, they're all Cards fans, which that's unfortunate, but
Ah, yeah.
they they still are proud of me, and they love what I do. Once again, if I'm ever on the radio or a podcast, they love it and they share it on Facebook and whatnot. So couldn't thank them enough. It's friends and family for sure.
Right, right. I tell you what, man, you definitely are a success story, man, and really, I know I'm going to be talking to a lot of people about this, especially the way you have came about. But it's hard work. It's, don't get, I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying, but it's hard work. You done something that many people would love to do and claim they can do it, but you have done it, man, and you continue to put out great content and still doing things for you, okay, man, and definitely follow you. You know that, and definitely support what you're doing, man, and definitely as a male family member, hey, definitely proud of you, man, and can keep on doing what you do. And this is a success story, man, without a doubt. So I want to thank you for joining the Will Show, Corey, and man, God bless, and definitely be continue to watching you, brother.
Thank you. Will, what years did you go to Mail?
92. I graduated in 92.
Was Terry Samuels there when you were there?
He was there when I was a freshman.
Okay,
Yeah, he was
because
there when I was a freshman.
he played at UK, so
Yep.
it's nice.
Yep. Terry did. I mean, it's been so many. That class was like Terry, Eric Carter, John Bolden, and before. I mean, it's been a lot of male athletes and everything that been went up to UK and been successful and things like that. So, man, I don't hold no grudges, man. Hey, I just love what you're doing. I'm a Louisville grad. I know you're a Kentucky grad, but man, we for the H. And like I said, I'm definitely gonna be telling and getting in people's ears, especially the youth, about what hard works look like, man. And I'm proud of you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. I love what you're doing. You're giving a lot of young athletes a voice on the show, and even coaches and principals and all that stuff. So keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it.
Remarkable, man.
Hey.
Remarkable. I mean, I had like chills for him to say how he came about, man.
Exactly.
Because this him doing that, and like I said, don't misunderstand me. The brother put in work. He put in work. You cannot like just do it once. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing it. He was doing it, man. I don't know if it's daily, but damn near it had to be daily. And he did it enough and did accurate stuff that you okay? Like, hey, man, get a hold of this kid. Let's see what's going on with him. Let's see, man. He's doing way more than you guys are doing.
That's pretty much
why
what I was saying.
Why I got you and I can go on Twitter and get everything plus more? Why I'm dealing with you? Get out of here.
Y'all can't even keep up with him.
Right. Why I got you? Why I got you? And he's on the look. He's showing him the Twitter and all this kind of stuff. That is remarkable, man. And I get it, man. I definitely get it. Especially, our generations, man. We was listening to the radio. Vance, Jock Sullivan. Mm-hmm. You had to. You had no choice. The little talk sports shows that was coming on 8:00 or whatever. If you was able to listen, sometimes it was 7. I think it was 7:00. So you listen to that. Then you listen to the game. You listen to post games. You turn it down low because you don't want your parents to know that you're still listening to the game. All that kind of stuff. So that's like what we talked about, right? So he was doing that at an early age and actually got to, and still is working with, Tom Leach, someone he listened to that he admired. That's remarkable, man. Hey, I'm telling you guys, you have to be consistent. You got to put that work. When you sitting there posting stuff, things like that, hey, you never know. And you got to be real. You got to be consistent. That's anything you do. That's one thing we pride ourselves on. Consistency. Putting things on there, not no BS. You know what I'm saying? This period across the things like that. We come on the show, we have fun. We give our opinions and things like that. And then we bring you shows like this with shows that, hey, you can do it. We talk about these young folks all the time. We didn't have social media. Corey capitalized on it. He capitalized on it and took it and ran with it. You may not want to do what he's done, but it's other things that you can do through social media if you do it the right way. That's just remarkable, man. It's just very proud, but I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? Because, as we talk about it, like I said, I followed and everything. I told you guys that, the team, the 54 crew, what's going on, who's coming on. I mean, hey, I knew it was going to be, I didn't know a story, but I knew it was going to be something, and very impressive, man. Very
Hell of a
impressive.
story. Hell of a story. I mean, you got to give it to him, even though he's a Kentucky guy. I mean, it was great. I got to give it to him. It makes me want to look at some Kentucky stuff, maybe football, and then I hear his name. Hey,
Yeah.
we know that guy. It's
Right,
like,
right.
Corey. I mean,
Right.
it's great. I would love it, man. Fantastic.
said-
Just the way it came up, man. His grind was hard.
Hard, man. And like I said, he continued to this day put out stuff, man. He's constantly putting out stuff. UK, high school stuff, whatever, mail, different things. He's taking pictures at different games, high school games, Kentucky games. Dude, he's still doing it while still living his dream. Come on, man. It's never too late, guys. It's never too late. I'm telling you, it is never too late. That's why we rocking and doing what we do. Anything to leave the people with? Hold on, let me switch this real quick because I know how you get kind of serious. There you go.
You silly. I mean, I just listened to Corey, it just made me think, plain and simple, kids, people, whoever's watching, you never know where your blessing will come from. And his came just from off Twitter. And it blew up from there. Never know.
You never know, man. I'm going to say it. I say it all the time, man. Consistency, grinding. You have to continue to put that effort out, man. You have to. I mean, he's living proof. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? We try to go ahead and reach a lot of people and continue trying to grind and get the people the recognitions that they deserve. And this today's show, I'm glad he deserved the recognitions that he deserves because what he did is remarkable. And so you guys keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. You just never know. And like the Don said, it's a blessing, man. And you never know where it's coming from, when it's coming. But you got to go ahead and know that you have to believe in yourself, man. And that's somebody who betted on himself and came up how he's going to get it done. No, that's something, dude, that you're saying in the bar and everything, and you can't say it at the back door, but you say it at the bar, and you'd be like, hey, man, let me tell you about this story. I mean, you lying. Nah, this happens, man. So, hey, congratulations to Corey, and thank you for joining, like I said. We out. We done data. Peace out, guys.
It's the Will Show. It's the Will Show. Only thing I know, only thing for sure. It's the Will Show. It's the Will Show. Tune in every week. He gonna let you know. It's the Will Show. Only thing I know, only thing for sure. It's the Will Show. It's the Will Show. How's everything you wanna know? Keep up everything about sports, so you gon' catch his flow, never be low. Check it every day, cause he gonna upload. You gonna be happy, cause you call his flow. Talking, he gonna make you even wanna talk. Might even get inspired, take it for a walk. Listen to his voice, yeah, you have a choice. But if you don't listen, you gonna be lost. Catch your attention like Randy Moss. Share it like you really just did a toss. Kick your feet up, enjoy the show like you a boss. He's gonna make you happy, so you don't worry. Like and subscribe and join the ride. Not from Alabama, but we stay roll tide. Shows every night, so you better slide. Hit the nutty zone to be on our side. It's the what?